Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. My love of shooting is no secret, as we've shown in our encore demos in the past, but I wanted to spotlight how Steph Curry made his 7 three-pointers today, 5 in the first quarter, which almost served to blow out the game in the beginning, crushing the Clippers' spirit. It's now 2-2. The question is can he do this 2 more times in the next week? Because if he does, the Clippers are going to be going fishing early. One key to getting a good shooter open is to have him set a screen first, and this play calls for Curry to do that, but he whiffs, enabling Chris Paul to shadow him very tightly. On the other side, this is how Klay opens up shots for Steph. On the pin down, DeAndre needs to help, but goes about 2 steps too high, forcing Redick to rotate to stop Lee from getting a layup. Chris Paul must rotate to Iggy to stop that layup. Terrific defense so far. But Blake Griffin is standing straight up and down, lacks awareness this is all happening. He could have taken 2 steps in that direction and knocked the ball out of bounds. Instead, he's late and Curry is heating up. If you're guarding Steph and you shoot the ball and miss, look out, since you must find him in an instant. Since there's a cross match with Klay guarding Chris Paul, Matt Barnes is forced to get in front of Curry, and this is way too late to offer resistance. Watch how a simple jab step gets Barnes completely off balance, and that's all the daylight Curry needs. When you're a marked man, you need as much misdirection as possible. Draymond Green sets a very typical UCLA cut screen for Curry, but you can see that it was always planned as a quick pin down. Chris Paul does his best, but Blake needs to be moving up more. Yet another splash. Here's another example of Steph's man shooting, then missing. Collison is jogging back, doesn't get into a stance until just above the three-point line, but I do love how the Warriors flow right into pick and roll. No communication on defense, Blake is too slow to recognize, and Curry is en fuego. It's interesting to consider how his penetration can actually open up shots for him on the perimeter, but watch how the 3 defenders collapse onto him. I'm thinking he got away with a double dribble here. Crazy good hook pass to Green, and here's the unselfish passing that gets great shots. The Warriors were also conscious of getting DeAndre Jordan involved in pick and roll defense to get him away from the basket. This appears to be ice defense, where Jordan sinks back on the line of deployment while Collison is supposed to force Curry away from the screen. Collison falls asleep on this till it's too late, DeAndre has no hope to get there in time, and Curry crushes the Clippers' spirits. And finally, you simply cannot have miscommunication on defense when it's a play involving Curry. It's Chris Paul's job to call switch, and when Redick doesn't hear it, he scrambles back to Barnes. Problem is, CP3 does the same thing, and Curry buries it. So there you have it, sports fans. A brilliant barrage of three-point shooting, and I love the way they get him open for those shots. Very, very, very difficult. Watch for even more DeAndre Jordan pick and rolls with him on defense to get him away from that basket. Well, it seemed clear to me the Clippers came out with very low energy because they're dealing with a whole lot of other things. And then to top it off, 5 threes from Steph Curry in the first quarter pretty much put the game out of reach. So it remains to be seen how the Clippers are going to come out in Los Angeles, if they can put all that behind them and get back to being the #1 defenders of the three-point line in percentage like they were in the regular season. Because if they can do that, then they have a very good shot. Otherwise, look out. Well, thanks for joining us. Lots more coming up. We're live tweeting most of these games, so get on Twitter and follow us because we have a lot of great insights and interactions with you. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win.